morning, Zompoc.
Oh, it's been ages since I've heard that.
Oh, it's been ages.
It's been ages. Good morning, Zompoc. I'm Bex. That was Marc, and we are GMZ.
GMZ. We're here with a Halloween special. That was my Halloween voice. Halloween.
And the first spooky thing that's happened that we've just been discussing. No technical hitches yet.
No technical hitches. Which is unheard of in the
because
GMZ
normally we say a
world.
start time, don't we? We say, right, okay, we'll be online at 7:30, and then normally by about 10 to 8 we've started, because we've both had to fucking uninstall Skype and reinstall it.
Yeah.
Uninstall the internet and reinstall that.
Yeah.
And then we're just fed up.
Yeah, and it happens.
But first time.
First time, just connected, boom, press the button, there we go, technology was working. It's a first for GMZ.
It's a miracle, it's a Halloween miracle.
Because Halloween is our time of year. This is the time of year when we get all of our zombie friends together and
This is when we've got our shit together.
Yes, and we celebrate and we talk about zombie movies and we talk about zombie TV series. And Bex, I want to talk about zombie TV series. That's the first thing I want to talk about, because we left it when we left the podcast some time ago. We left it that we had our community, our group. We had a poll. That's the word. I was thinking election because the country's fucked and we like to
and we need an election.
But no, a poll is what we had to discover what is the best zombie TV series of all time. However, we did this poll. But I think there should
we did fuck all with it.
We didn't fuck all with it, but we're going to talk about it now. But I think there should be a new inclusion, which I'll get to that at the end of the poll. Okay, how do you want me to do this? Reverse order, or do you want me to do like 5 to 1 or 1 to 5? What's best?
No, reverse order. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Because it builds the suspense, you see.
Okay, so number 5 in the most popular zombie TV series of all time was Dead Set. Now I've not watched this. You have not watched Dead Set?
No.
That's the one that's like Big Brother, but with zombies. So it's like a Big Brother zombie thing. I'm not too keen. I didn't vote for that one.
No, I don't like Big Brother, so...
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't like zombie Big Brother.
Okay, number 4 in that case, we'll move straight on, is Black Summer.
I didn't watch that one either.
Oh my fucking god. Right, okay. So,
I'm a terrible zombie lover. I've had no time.
So Black Summer is the spin-off, the prequel to Z Nation or Z Nation or whatever you want to call it. So it's before the craziness. So you've seen Z Nation, haven't you? Z Nation. Yeah. So that's crazy. That's bonkers. Well, Black Summer is like a grittier, earthier, more human version of that, but right at the beginning of the Zompoc. And it's quite hardcore for us. I mean, it has no bearing at all to Z Nation, even though it's wrote by the same guys, and it is actually a prequel.
So it's just like completely the opposite.
Completely the opposite. Quite gritty, quite frantic. So it's those very first early days, and it's just frantic, and it's just running from one location to the next. It's madness.
I like very first early days stuff though, because I like the kind of craziness.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't know what's going to happen and how these people are going to react, and everyone's just like running around. It makes me more nervous when people are just a bit like running around or hands in the air like, oh my god, zombies! I prefer that in a TV series. Yeah.
And that's exactly what Black Summer is from the beginning to the end of the season. So it's definitely worth a watch. I voted for Black Summer. Okay, number 3 is I can never say this one properly. Can you say it for me? Santa
Clarita Diet.
That's it. I can't pronounce it. Santa Clarita. It sounds like clitoris when I say it. Santa Clitoris Diet. That's what it is. Santa's Clitoris Diet.
Now, I like Santa's Clitoris Diet.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of protein in Santa's Clitoris Diet. But
that's
Santa Clarita Diet.
Yep.
It's probably... It's right up there in my top favourite zombie TV shows. I'm absolutely gutted that they've cancelled it.
How many seasons were there? Was there
3?
3. Was it good? Because I never watched it.
Yes. I mean, the third season, it was a little bit like, where are they going with this now? It's a little bit off-piste. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the first and second seasons were absolutely brilliant. Top draw zombie series. Because, and I tell you what makes that team, it's Drew Barrymore and, what the fuck's his name?
The other person?
The guy that she's married to. I can't remember his name for the life of me. But it's their chemistry together because they just like bounce off and it's hilarious. It's just so funny.
Okay, so that's number 3, and you're a big fan.
I am a big fan.
Good. And then number 2 is Z Nation. Z Nation's number 2. Z Nation was made famous by us interviewing Russell Hodgkinson, I believe.
Yeah, it wasn't famous at all before that.
We
made that show.
We made that show. Russell Hodgkinson plays Doc, which is like a hippie type guy, and it's bonkers. It's crazy. Now I've watched. It starts off in the first episode. They got a baby zombie, which is quite unusual.
Weird.
But every season just gets a little bit more insane and absolutely crazy. But it's a lot of fun, isn't it? I mean, it's
just the way they kill the zombies.
Yeah,
it's just so imaginative.
They do. They kill them in crazy... if you get a chance, Google best zombie kills on Z Nation, and there are clips galore on YouTube. There is millions.
You won't be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed. It's a fantastic series. But it isn't serious drama. Let's just get that. They do deal with serious things, but it is not serious drama. It is a bit of fun. Right, so number 1. The number 1 slot, the number 1 TV show, including
Numero uno,
voted by the GMZ community,
which is the only community that matters in these important decisions.
Is The Walking Dead, obviously.
Which you knew it was going to be.
Yes, because obviously it's one of the biggest TV shows in the world, and despite the fact that 70% of people who watch it moan about it constantly,
we do.
Yeah, it's a high...
I think it's more than 70%.
It's probably, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the people who, there's millions of people around the world who watch it worldwide, and probably only a small percentage of them should be watching it, and the rest should go watch, X Factor or something. It's
that is
good.
So offensive.
I know. It's good drama, well acted, well written. It's got everything. It's zombies, but done properly. It's the only TV show to ever have done that and ever have tackled that, and it's given the whole genre a massive profile, and without that program a lot of these other ones would never have been made. So
because like I said, I liked the kind of the beginning of the Zompoc type of drama when you don't know what's going to happen. Equally, with The Walking Dead is that it's stretched out over such a long period of time now that it's nice. I say it's nice to see. It's interesting to see how humanity may react in the long run.
Yep.
Because there's not really anything out there of people rebuilding civilization or rebuilding governments and things like that, which is what I kind of find interesting. Plus, I think after how many seasons are we on now? We're on season 9.
I think it's 9. Yeah, I think we're up to 10 years nearly. Yeah.
I feel like I'm too invested to quit.
Yeah,
it just seems like a waste.
I mean, there's been peaks and troughs in the series. Some of them have been better than others. But I from what I've heard from everybody from the community, it's definitely back to its best. So,
I've not watched any of the new season yet. Actually, I'm a bit behind with everything at the moment.
The Walking Dead is GMZ's official numero uno TV show, including zombies. Okay,
but we're going to have to redo the poll, aren't we?
We're going to have to redo the poll because recently on ITV2 has a new TV show called Zomboat. And now, have you watched any of Zomboat?
Again, that's in my planner. I've just not had time. I've been so busy at work the last kind of 6 weeks or so that everything in my planner is just stacking up, and I just need to go and have like a big binge.
So let me catch you up. It's not complex.
Not complex.
It's a comedy, and it's set in the UK, and it's set in the Midlands, specifically one stretch of canal in Birmingham.
Woo.
Okay, so what happens is there's 4 main characters, 2 ladies and 2 men, and they decide to escape the zombie outbreak in Birmingham on a canal boat. That is the concept for this sitcom.
I feel like that's a good escape route.
It's not the fastest boat in the world, and
canal boats aren't.
No, and this is the
I once went on a riverboat shuffle.
Yeah.
For my nan's birthday on a canal in Birmingham, and we had like a 3-course meal on this canal boat, and by the time you finish the 3-course meal, you'd only got about 100 yards up the road. They are slow.
That's essentially what the whole TV show is. They go up and down the same stretch of canal with the same group of zombies essentially chasing them, and they have these...
Oh, they don't even go out of the stretch of canal. They don't try and go to other places in the UK.
They're trying to go to London, but they go to one place and then they decide to have to go back to the other place. And it's a 6-episode series. We're up to episode 3. Episode 4 is... by the time this goes out yesterday or the day before yesterday. So we would have had 4 episodes, and so far they haven't really got very far because they've been up and down a couple of times.
Up and down the canal.
But they're on their way to London. The same group of zombies are obviously shuffling after them because obviously zombies are slow, canal boats are slow. But the genius of the TV show is that it's hilarious. It's very, very funny. One of the main characters, there's two female main characters, one of them called Jo and one of them called Kat. Now Kat is like us. So Kat, the character of Kat, is basically a Zompoc expert. She
knows her shit.
She watches all the Romero movies. She's memorized them. She knows all the Walking Dead. She plays the zombie video games. So she knows her zombie survival, and it's her plan and it's her, her drive that's, leading these people to escape.
Well, doesn't she know that you should avoid London at all costs?
Well, you're obviously not. That isn't part of it. But you have to watch the TV show, Bex. It is absolutely hilarious. And
no, like I said, it's in my planner. It's on my list.
The character of Kat is literally the GMZ spirit animal. She is she's encapsulated the comedy of GMZ and put it on the TV screen for the world to see. And fortunately, I managed to get hold of the actress who plays Kat. Whose name is Leah, and I managed to corral her into a corner and get her to agree to do an interview with me. Later in this show, once we finish this segment, I'm going to interview Leah Brotherhead, who plays Kat. She's a very talented young actress. She's from Hull. And she apparently she's an expert with accents. That's the only thing I could find out when googling about her. She's been in lots of.
She must be if she's from Hull and she can do a Birmingham accent.
Yeah, she's been in other TV shows. She's been in programs like Casualty and Vera and other things, but she's done a ton of theatre as well. So she's a very talented young actress. But the reason that I specifically wanted to interview her for our Halloween special episode is that I think the character of Kat encapsulates the mad, crazy people that we've encountered in our GMZ life. Do we
need to make like a little cat shrine?
I think we do. As I said to Kat in the interview, when we go to these exhibitions and we go to these fan things, the type of people we meet are exactly like Kat. They're the people who are obsessed with zombies, convinced it's going to happen, have made plans, know all the arrangements, know all the TV shows and all the common tropes. So I have a lot of respect for the character, a lot of respect for the writers of the TV show, and it's just genuinely quite funny. So yeah, that's my big build up to the interview. I'm
gutted that I had like a 19-hour day yesterday and couldn't do this bloody interview because she sounds like such a laugh.
Yeah, it is very, very funny. So
and I'd like to see who could do a better Brummy accent, me or her.
I think probably her, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, I've completely lost my Brummy accent. If I try and put it on now, I sound like a right dick. You're right, bub.
To be fair, she gets paid to do it. You don't get paid to
we go down the Ginnell and get us some lager.
I think if your profession was to do different accents, you would fail miserably.
Yeah, I really would. I'm so bad at them.
So here is my interview with Leah. Leah. So I would like to welcome the wonderfully talented actress that is Leah Brotherhead onto the show. Leah plays Kat in the new ITV2 Brit Zompoc comedy Zomboat. So welcome to the show, Leah.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here.
I have a quick question before I start the actual interview. Whereabouts are you from? Because I did a bit of research on you, and apparently you're a master of accents because you do voice acting and stuff as well. The only the clue I could get was that your natural accent is from Hull. So is that where you're from?
That is where I'm from, Hull.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I've slightly lost the Hull accent. It's there, but it's not it's not as strong as it could be.
Yeah, because I was surprised when we first connected on this call. I was expecting, a bit more of a thick northern gate, but it's not what I got. It's
I've been out of Hull for a while. I probably haven't lived there for about 12, 13 years, so it's kind of slightly drifted away from me. But Hull. My whole roots haven't, though.
Yeah. Zomboat. Zomboat is it's been a bit of a hit show for people who listen to this show. I mean, we're zombie fanatics, and I know a lot of the people who follow that genre was waiting for this to come on TV, not with high hopes, I must admit. When people saw the adverts and the trailers, where people were were a bit dubious, myself included. But it's bonkers. I love it. It's got this sort of Shaun of the Dead vibe, but it's a bit more sort of this period and of this time. So, when you first heard about Zomboat and your agent, I assume, pitched it to you, how did you feel about it?
Well, I mean, I kind of climbed my way up to playing Cat. I actually auditioned for a couple of other parts that are in other episodes. Yeah. And kind of kept being brought back in. And it was all quite a kind of mad, fast process. It was cast so last minute. I think I got cast on like a Thursday, and then we did a read through on the Tuesday of the next week, and then we did rehearsals for 3 days that week, and then we started shooting the week after.
Oh wow, so that was really sort of crazy fast, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was super fast. So we kind of had done quite a few rounds of auditions, but kind of you never really know whether you're going to get something, so you're dipping your toes in and you're knowing about, and you're kind of researching a bit, but you kind of don't go, I don't go too whole hog because I'm like, I might not even get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess in your business, you must do lots of auditions and you try it for lots of TV shows, and a lot of these TV shows don't even make it to air, I would have thought. Or kind of pilots or whatever, or just you kind of send self-tapes into the ether and don't hear anything back. I mean, I think one of the reasons that I desperately wanted you on the show is that because your character, Kat, is, I think, based on the people in our community, the Zompoc crazy people, and I say that with all due respect because I'm one of them. But I think Kat is based on these type of people who knows all about the Romero movies, knows all about The Walking Dead, plays all the games and all that type of stuff. I mean, is there any Kat in you, or is Kat and Leah completely two different ends of the spectrum?
I mean, I have to say, I have been really excited about coming on this because you make a TV show and and you kind of bump into some people or whatever, or you have your friends that can give you feedback. But to actually hear that from someone who is totally into zombies and is, an all-out expert in this area, it's amazing to actually, have a chat with someone who loves this stuff. Because I was kind of thrown into it. I do love supernatural stuff. Yep. I guess for me, there is. When I was kind of developing Kat as a character as it went on, I'm a diehard Buffy fan. Ooh, so so I can just transfer. I know that Kat feels, about zombies, how I feel about Buffy. Yeah. So I feel like those are transferable skills.
So you'd be good in like a vampire apocalypse as well.
Yeah. I mean,
get your agent on that.
I'll be sending out some calls, so hopefully there's something available for me. But no, but since since playing Cat, I have kind of watched a lot more zombie films. I'd watched, Shaun of the Dead. It's 28 Days Later.
Yeah,
That's a zombie film.
That's a contentious zombie film. You see, this is something that Kat should know. Is that there's the zombies that is the living dead, and then you have the viral infected dead of 28 days later. And some people disagree. This is a contention in the community. To me, if zombies are zombies, I don't care. I just enjoy the story and the characters. But I mean, some people are quite funny about these things.
There's like something like, what's that Spanish? Is it Spanish? Rec?
Yes, Rec. There's a whole bunch of those. Yeah.
Is they zombies?
They're zombies. Yeah, they're considered zombies. Yeah.
That's a good one as well.
And there's a whole series of those.
I was aware of the genre, and I do really liked it, but I mean, I couldn't contend with how into it Kat is, but the more I watch, the kind of more I'm leaning towards. I definitely have it in me.
I mean, and there's a whole sort of market for. I mean, your co-star Cara, this is her second one because she was in IB for Undead. So there's a whole market where and you can go to Comic Cons and you can sign autographs and stuff like this. This is a retirement plan if you keep on the zombie.
Oh, fingers crossed.
I mean, for the show, I know it was quite a sort of it was all very quick and very rushed. But once they picked you as being Kat as the character, did you have to do any specialist training or anything? I know it's not as if you're doing Tom Cruise type stunts, but did they get you to do anything like specific, like crossbows or something? I know that they feature.
No, that crossbow is literally handed to me. No, we did have a specialist guns, gun and crossbow, etc. Person on set, and I mean, the more of the skills I learned was how to drive a boat. Yeah, and a boat.
They don't look like they need much driving. I've never driven a narrowboat, but they don't go very fast. It's just, I mean, that's the beauty of the program, isn't it? I mean, I love that. I mean, people talk about zombies and the slow creeping death of zombies, but you can't get any slower than a narrowboat, can you?
I know. I mean, it's a recurring joke, and it makes me laugh every time. Yeah, I just think it's brilliant.
It's absolutely it's a genius idea. It's a very simple idea of this narrowboat escaping from Birmingham, and obviously down the canals. But it's so. I think the casting's spot on. I think you're fantastic as Kat, and I think Cara's fantastic, and I think the other lads whose names I forget. It's Hamza and Ryan, isn't it? Yeah. I think their casting is absolutely fantastic, and I think that it's the characters and the way they fit together is what makes the show, because the idea is pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it feels like that sense in a way in the more kind of zombie films I watch. Essentially is the kind of same story in everything, but it's who you get connected to and who the characters are that drive it that makes it like a good zombie journey. And I think that all four of those characters are really strong and have got their own kind of quirks, and they're all odd bods, which is what I quite like. Like they're all quite odd, they've all got their own thing going on. Which I think is really entertaining.
Do you four, as actors, do you get on? Because you all look like a similar age group, similar,
Oh no, we do. I mean, this is why we all want a second series, just so we can all hang out again for 7 months. No, we really did. I can't express how much that entire team actually was just so lovely. It was such a joy to make, and that's what I really hope comes across and maybe kind of does in the kind of funness of it, and that we did all get on so well that we were genuinely having a good time.
I think that does come across in the show, I must admit. When like I said, the idea is pretty bonkers. It's a simple idea, but it's the characters and your relationships with each other, and you could tell that you're having fun with it at the same time. You're not just there doing the role. You're actually, you're bonding. It reminds me a little bit of like Lord of the Rings or something. This fellowship of people bonding together on a journey, albeit on a narrowboat.
I mean, it's just as epic.
Yeah, I mean, you might need a bigger special effects budget next year, but at the moment, it's like, it's like the first Lord of the Rings, maybe. I don't know. I mean, how's the show been received? I mean, I must admit, like I said, the people in the community were kind of sceptical, myself included, and then we were won over. I tell you what helped win me over is my wife, who's anti-zombie because she lives with me. She sat there and watched the show with me, and she peed herself with laughter. I'm not joking. She literally peed herself with laughter.
Yeah.
And you're her favourite character, so she's over the moon. So it, you know, is it being well received by critics? Is it being well received by the public? Have you had any feedback other than mine?
I mean, yours is the most important.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Is definitely up there. I mean, I've tried to stay a bit away from reviews. Just at the moment, like while it's on, because I feel like, I don't know, one doesn't need to read to delve too deep online to kind of reading about yourself. Yeah. But no, I think we've had pretty good feedback so far. And like, I mean, my mum has been on a mission to make everyone she knows watch it. So we seem to have hit quite a wide demographic because all her friends, the 60 plus category, have come back.
I can see the demographic you're going for now. You get for your mum's friends and me and my mates. I've got it. Yeah. It won't be a big audience, but it'll be loyal.
Yes, I think so. We'll definitely do it every week.
And so you do. It's 6 episodes this season, I believe.
Yes, it is.
And obviously, you guys are eager to do more in the future. Obviously, if you can.
Yeah.
So I had some suggestions after Zomboat. I think you should maybe try Zomtrain, because I think you could do a Zomtrain, or maybe a Zombus. You know, like a party bus, or one of those big buses. I think you have lots of Zom areas that you could.
You're right, or at least we could like get off the boat every episode and take another mode of transport, and then kind of back on the boat again.
Back on the boat. That's a recurring theme, isn't it, in each episode, that you get off the boat to do something and you end up going up and down the same stretch of Birmingham Canal with the same zombies.
Yeah.
It is actually a work of genius. I don't care what other people say. The Americans are going to have a slightly different view of it, I think, because the humour is very British. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And it's not typical British. What I mean by that, it's not southeast British. It's obviously based in Birmingham, so it's Midlands, and it has that whole sort of Midlands sense of humour, doesn't it? Which I find, a little bit more atypical for the sort of, London humour is quite fast and it's very political and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I find sort of humour sort of from the middle of England, further north, to be slightly more, I suppose, fuck it, if they go, if zombies come down, then fuck it, that type of attitude, which I'm not sure the rest of the world might find as intriguing,
Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested. I hope, some of your American listeners want to give us some feedback.
Yeah, I'll ask for reviews. If they're unkind, then we should keep them away. Then
we will delete them and we'll never speak of them ever again.
Absolutely, and that is our way with this podcast anyway. So your co-star, Cara, she was in Ibiza Undead. Was she on set as the expert zombie wrangler? Was this? Did she, feed you through the ropes what you do with zombies?
She was. I mean, she didn't want to be the big I know all about zombies. It was a very. It was a very ensemble piece. She just kind of kept it on the DL. She did mention it. Yeah. I do remember chatting about it. I think it was a bit of a different experience. Yeah. But I think she had fun. But these zombies were our zombies, and they were different. It was a different kettle of fish. So she was kind of, she let that be part of that world, and this was our world. Yeah.
How does it feel working on set every day with people in zombie makeup? I know we do conventions and stuff sometimes, and we interact all day with zombies, and it's very weird.
It is very weird.
Yeah.
It's I mean, SAs, the supporting artists, are a wonderful set of people who television programs could not be made without them. But they're a very eclectic mix. from all sorts of backgrounds, and kind of, you know, some of them are odd at the best of times. Never mind when they're dressed as the undead.
Yeah.
So,
was it, you know, when you're popping down to get your sandwich for lunch and you're sitting there with the undead, or, you know, all lined up with their cheese and ham sandwiches?
Yeah. After put Cara in it, she was a bit zombieist, I have to say, because we had you know, one of those buses for eating on, and she was like, the zombies can't sit upstairs with us while we're eating because it makes me sick.
Well, that is discrimination against the undead.
I know. No, she's in a lot of trouble for that. So I probably shouldn't have totally doctor it.
I'll cut that bit out. Fingers crossed.
That could be the soundbite. Let's get her in loads of shit.
Yeah. We've got to get listeners somehow. Just dropping Cara in the shit. So, I mean, it was an absolute pleasure talking to you, Leah. I really do appreciate you coming onto this podcast. I know
it's so lovely to be invited. I'm almost giddy. I'm giddy with excitement. It's been so great to talk to someone who's in this world.
Yeah, I mean, because we do, apart from doing this podcast, we also do a lot with like writers and authors, and sometimes we produce books and stuff. So we talk a lot about zombie stories and zombie characters, and what's important to us is the people, not some, like you said, the zombies are the background to the story, they're the setting, and it's all about the people and the characters. And I think that's where Zomboat surprised us, and your character especially, we feel a great affinity to. You're one of us as far as we're concerned.
Oh, well, I'm glad to be part of the gang. Accepted.
Thank you very much for coming on to the show, Leah. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye. So that was my interview with Leah Brotherhead, who I keep calling Leah. Its name's Leah. So that was my interview with Leah. What did you think, Bex?
I think that was really good, actually. She sounds cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
I feel like I'd like her.
I feel like you would. I'm
not going to stalk her. I'm not that kind of person. Not like you.
Well, yeah, I am that kind of person. But I felt at ease in the conversation. I felt like I was talking to you. You know, I felt like she was part of the GMZ family, and
that's the problem sometimes when we interview people who are a little bit more famous than what we used to, and like, well, you don't actually. You could talk for England. I just kind of clam up and go.
Well, normally when we do an interview with someone off the telly, I'll be asking questions that we have mapped out, and then you'll just randomly blurt out a question that is completely nothing to do with the flow of the conversation. It's just blah! But then people still.
That's just me.
Yeah, but people still, you know, react to you far more kindly than they do to me. So maybe it's endearing. I don't know.
That's because I'm not a cunt.
So that was our Halloween special. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will tune in to Zomboat. Just for our listeners, you can catch Zomboat on ITV2. That's where it's on every week.
If you're in America, you might have to, I don't know, go online or
you can watch it. So it's just come out on Hulu. Is it Hulu? Not
Hulu?
Yeah. So
like hula hoops.
Like hula hoops. So it's just come out on hula hoops. So you can watch that in the US.
Cool.
I'm not 100% convinced how the Americans are going to take this.
No, I feel like they're not going to understand it.
Well, they might not even understand the accents.
That's what I mean. They don't understand the accents.
Yeah. So, but I think if they manage to understand the accents, they might not understand the jokes. So,
give it a shot.
Give it a shot. But I think for those Anglophiles, and we've met plenty of those over the years. You know, plenty of of our wonderful American cousins who love the British culture. This is right up your street. This is Shaun of the Dead, but a TV series. So you're really going to enjoy this. So yeah, you can catch it there. I hope you do watch it. I hope you do get on board. And that's pretty much our episode done, I think, Bex.
That's it. That's our spooky episode done.
Spooky. Should we do a quick Halloween voice before we finish? Is it the Christmas episode already?
Dickhead.
Did you just do Santa?
No, that was my scary laugh.
Oh, okay. Let me try.
What about if I did like a witch, like...
Oh, that's good. You're a natural witch.
I am.
That's really good. You should take that up. Okay, let me try mine. No, mine sounds like Santa.
No, that
as well.
sounds more
I
like
can't get
Santa than
in
mine
my head.
did.
No, so I can't do a scary voice, I'm afraid. Cool. Yeah, I can't do scary voices, I'm afraid, Bex. Sorry about that.
No, you just got scary face instead.
Oh, right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to our podcast. I hope you enjoyed the interview.
Thank you.
All of the links will be in the description of where you can catch Zomboat and all the information about our interviewee. So thank you very much for listening, and hopefully there'll be more podcasts soon.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, bye.
Love you, bye.